In 46 BC, Julius Caesar consulted a Greek astronomer named Sosigenes of Alexandria to create a better calendar. The Julian calendar included 12 months, some with 30 days and some with 31, and a shortened February. To account for the discrepancy between the Earth's rotation on its axis and its orbit of the Sun, the calendar also added an extra day to February every 4 years. But the calendar had a flaw. The average length of a year on the Julian calendar is 365.25 days, but a solar year is actually slightly shorter, 365.2425 days. A difference of 3 days every 400 years is about 0.2%. In 1582, Pope Gregory XIII introduced a calendar reform called the Gregorian calendar that adjusted the Julian calendar so that rather than adding a leap day every 4 years, every year that was exactly divisible by 4 would be a leap year, except for years that were exactly divisible by 100, except for those years which are exactly divisible by 400. This reform was more accurate, but also became the centerpiece of a conflict between Catholic and Protestant nations. For example, England. In 1527, King Henry VIII asked Pope Clement VII for an annulment of his marriage to Catherine of Aragon. The Pope refused. The disagreement eventually resulted in England breaking with the Roman Catholic Church and establishing the Independent Church of England in 1534. The Pope and England were still not on good terms 48 years later when Pope Gregory changed the calendar. While the Gregorian calendar became Catholic canon via papal bull in 1582, England thumbed its nose at Gregory and continued on with the Julian calendar. But in the following 168 years, much of the rest of Europe switched. Parliament complained that because of the discrepancy in dates between England and most of her neighbors, frequent mistakes are occasioned in the dates of deeds and other writings, and disputes arise therefrom. And so the Calendar Act of 1750 moved England to what was in effect the Gregorian calendar without actually using its name. To facilitate the change and sync with their neighbors, 11 days had to be removed from the calendar in 1752 to account for the effect of nearly 18 centuries of Julius Caesar's 0.2% miscalculation. Citizens of England went to bed on September 2nd, 1752, and woke up the next day on September 14th. There has been some historical argument that there were riots based on the Calendar Act, that people were in the streets shouting, "Give us back our lost days," but most historians agree now that no riots occurred.